I think there's a lot behind it. Like, there's a lot more than just a player. Like, it's different when you're playing FIFA Football Manager, where you just sign somebody and he goes somewhere. But there's like so much more to it.
Well, I sort of say, if you're a sort of British-based player and you've grown up in Manchester or London or wherever, you'll have supported a team. It might be a team that's local to you. You might be wanting to go to that club at some point in your career if you possibly can. And you might have family there. And if you've got kids, it's easier, schools and family to be around. And you probably don't really want to necessarily go abroad somewhere. I mean, the young men who've gone to Germany recently, the top English UK talent who've gone to Germany, they've been real trailblazers. It's really good to see people going to different countries, trying a different league, different culture. They're doing ever so well over there. But a lot of players will just want to stay in this country. It's a great league. You can go very, very high. Everyone wants to come to England at some point, I'm sure. But when you take a foreign player, for example, let's say a player from France, he has no particular geographical affiliation with this country. He'd probably like to be in London because it's glittery and it's nice lights and all that sort of stuff. But really, if Aston Villa come in for him, so be it. It's the Premier League he's coming for. It's the football he's coming for. And he probably doesn't have that geographical pull or fan loyalty as a kid growing up pull that somebody like Jack Grealish has. And I suppose Jack Grealish is a great example because isn't he a Villa fan and he's, one club man so far, and there probably will have been offers at some point from so-called, the teams that regularly play in the Champions League. And is it better to do what he's doing, or is it better to try and go Champions League, England, da-di-da-di-da? At the end of the day, it's not the agent's decision. It's not really the club's decision. It's the player's decision where he wants to go and where he sees himself. He might think, let's get Villa in the Champions League. Let me do my stuff where I'm happy, I'm settled, got a good head coach. The fans rate him, the fans rave about him. Let's do it with Villa. And that would be refreshing, because, what I see in the game, there isn't a lot of loyalty, and that goes both sides, clubs, players. You are in a career, it is a business, you are trying to maximize your career as a player, and that's what the agent's job is as well. And get them in the right place, get them as high as they possibly can go in the football pyramid.
Because I was saying to Salim, because Salim's a Villa fan before, he took me to a Villa game when we were both living in Birmingham to watch Villa versus Derby. And Villa were cash strapped at the time. This is when they're going through administration problems and ownership problems. And Aston Villa won 4-0. And it was one of their big games on the way to the playoff final. And Jack Grealish scored an excellent goal that day. But I remember in that same January transfer window, Spurs bid £3 million for him. And then I was like...
No, sorry. That was basically in the summer,
Yeah.
In the summer, just before the new owners came in, we had that unpaid tax bill. So they sort of bid $3 million and on him on loan or something.
Oh, really?
And he would have just been another attacking midfielder in that Arsenal in the attacking Arsenal of Tottenham. Dele Alli was there. You had Eriksen there as well. And he was just going to be another player for them. And he may not have carried on with his development and the play that we see now.
Absolutely. Well, Chelsea seem to be stockpiling creative midfielders, don't they? I think they've got about 5 or 6 of them. And how do you keep all them players happy? It's a tough task, I think.
Yeah, and the best one is an academy player from like Mason Mount. Prime example is outshining the expensive talents like Ziyech and Havertz, and it's really nice to see. And I'm really happy that he's doing really well as an England fan. Well, Mount with Grealish and Foden, hopefully, if they're all fit and picked for the squad.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to add that. Like, people just think that if you sign 6 world-class players, you're going to sort of win everything. But I mean, Chelsea is just like a good example that it's not just about sort of signing players. It's about, building a team and, having like you should have like a transfer plan, really. Like for me, Chelsea didn't look like they had a plan. They just wanted to sign like, you know, some big players to make up for their missed windows, and that was it really. Like there might have been long-term targets that they were chasing, which is fair enough. Like there's a clear link between the Havertz and the Werner signing, but ultimately I don't see how they've sort of, like, I just don't see a tactical plan behind the signings. That's the problem I've seen with Chelsea. Like they keep changing the shape, you know, and there's not been much consistency. Obviously, with the new manager coming in, that could change now.